Now, Catriona Lowry is a volunteer at the Rover Rescue Centre in County Clare, where over 1,000 dogs have been rescued since it was established in 2008. Now, some of the animals that Catriona encountered at Rover Rescue have inspired her to write and publish a book called Home. And the main focus of the author with Home is to give readers an insight into rescue animals. Our reporter, Anya Lally, has the story.
Hello, Carl.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to Be Energy.
Thank you very
How are
much.
you today?
Not too bad, thank you.
That's good. I am from Galway City. I moved to Ennis about 8 or 9 years ago now. So I am a guidance counsellor, but I use cognitive behaviour techniques to support people that come to me if they need cognitive behaviour support as well. So that is my job. I also write as well. And then, I always say my main job, but it's not, is going up to Rover Rescue to the beautiful dogs up there and walking them and supporting them and giving them the bit of love they need. The rescue is great to go up to. It takes you out of your own head. It makes you focus on something else outside of yourself. Or, the stupid worries we consume ourselves with. Like, once you go up to Rover Rescue, once you open that gate and you have all these heads looking through the fence at you, nothing else matters but them. Animals feel the same emotions we feel. They feel loss, pain, sadness, rejection, all those. So, and I suppose, as human beings, most of us get a voice or a way of expressing our needs. Unfortunately, animals don't have a voice.
And then another one is an ex-Irish.
Rover Rescue is based in Ennis in County Clare, and over 1,000 dogs have been rescued by the centre and its volunteers since 2008.
Basically, I started coming up to Deirdre because, to alleviate her workload, because it's a huge workload. Dogs need interaction, they need walks, their kennels have to be cleaned out. And I suppose personally, I wanted to give dogs a sense of belonging, a sense of ownership, that someone wants to walk them, someone wants to love them and all that. Because a lot of them have been mistreated. A lot of them have come from family homes and 9 years with one family and they're given up. And so can you imagine the grief they go through?
The majority of them come from the Ennis pound. Some of them are surrendered directly from their home. I try and prioritise the pound because, obviously they have no one to advocate for them. So it's important that they get a chance. We've started to take a lot of greyhounds out, which is fantastic. So we have Fionn and Fikra, who are two beautiful male greyhounds that came through the pound. They're actually going to Canada in 3 weeks. They've been rehomed through a fantastic group called Flying Irish Greyhounds. So we're very grateful for them. We have Russo, who went to Italy only last week. We have another girl called Ruby, who went to Sweden about 3 weeks ago. And we got two in yesterday. A blue pup, she's only 8 months, she's got a slightly deformed back leg. She was a surrender along with the other girl. So that's Mrs. and Rachel. So they'll be going to Italy as well.
Okay, so this is Home, and this is a book I wrote.
Catriona and Siobhan come and make the effort to give them loves, and they say themselves there's some days where they can't make it, and I'm like, listen, don't worry, I'll manage. And they're like, no, but we want to come, we want the loves, and it makes our day that we come and see their little faces, So it works both ways, like they get so much out of it.
This is Working Trials champion Sassy, and she's now 4.5, and she's already a champion, and hopefully will make a champion in the UK as well. She's a great dog, and she's obviously from Rover Rescue, and she's just a great ambassador for rescue dogs, and what you can do with them, and if you pick the right dog and you get them from the right person and at the right age and all the rest of it. I personally believe in trying to support rescue dogs because so many people go out and waste money on dogs when there's lots of nice dogs out there for free. And small organisations like Deirdre's wouldn't survive without volunteers and people who give a hand and people who are passionate and want to do right by the dogs.
Morning, guys.
Numerous dogs have been rehomed worldwide and throughout Ireland by Rover Rescue.
Ziggy, Zigzag, she came along last year. Cassidy was a bit lonely, so we were looking for a friend for him. And she came from Deirdre's Rover Rescue. She had a condition called cherry eye, where the third eyelid prolapses. It looks so red and fleshy, and so nobody was going to adopt her from the pound. So Deirdre took her, paid for the operation to fix the eyes, and we fostered her after the operation and wouldn't give her back because she's just so gorgeous.
When Catriona Lowry isn't working as a counsellor or volunteering at Rover Rescue, she likes to write.
I said I would write a book called Home, because just like us, animals crave a place to call home. I found it frustrating that people were saying, oh, it's just a dog. If a dog is suffering, it's just a dog, it's just a cat. But I wanted to get across, I wanted to put my head into their paws and walk a mile in their footsteps, you know, and to kind of give them a voice. Assertion led her way out behind him.
I recognise some of the characters in the book that have been coming through the rescue here. I have to say I did cry a couple of times reading it. It is a very, very good book. And, you know, it's fantastic that she's highlighting the plights of these dogs, because a lot of people, you know, they see them as throwaways. You know, they often think that the dogs are in a pound for a reason. And more often than not, they're not. Apart from people are just still, unfortunately, a bit irresponsible.
Sasha is on the front cover. Her ears are very recognisable. And then Jack is a Jack Russell who lived on the streets of Ennis for a long time. He's in the book. Paddy there, he's a Rover Rescue. We're fostering Paddy from Rover Rescue. There's a lot of very sad stories out there. Wonderful stories as well when they find their home, you know. And that's magic when they get the second chance, and that's what rescues do.